Walk into a Big W today, and it almost feels like you've stepped into retail limbo. The shelves are stacked high, the fluorescent lights are buzzing, the music is playing overhead, but something's missing. You wander the aisles, and it's like the store is trying to convince you it's the same Big W you grew up with, but deep down, you know it's not. This is the same chain that once packed out shopping centers. The store where Aussie families would go for school uniforms, Christmas toys, kitchen gadgets, and anything else under one roof. It used to feel essential, but now it feels like it's been stuck on autopilot. And here's the thing, that didn't just happen. Something changed. Big W made a series of choices that slowly chipped away at what made it great. Choices that reshaped the stores, thinned out the shelves, and drained the life out of the brand. So the question is, what went wrong? Why does Big W feel like a shadow of its former self? Big W was never flashy, but that was part of its charm. It launched in 1964 as part of Woolworths' expansion into discount department stores. The idea was to simply offer Australians a wide range of products at low prices under one roof. Over the decades, Big W became a go-to for families. Whether you needed a pram, a heater, a blender, or all three, Big W had it, and usually cheaper than the competition. By the early 2000s, Big W was a retail giant. It had a strong national footprint, solid brand recognition, and consistent foot traffic. It catered to the average Aussie household, the kind that wanted a cheap school uniform or a bargain toy at Christmas. The product range was wide, the stores were massive, and the shopping experience was familiar. You knew what to expect. But as the 2000s rolled in, the ground started to shift. Retail was changing fast. Consumers became more price savvy and less loyal. Online shopping exploded. International competitors entered the market, and Big W started to feel stuck. Kmart reinvented itself with sleek interiors, curated homewares, and a surprisingly stylish product lineup. Target rebranded with a more focused, fashion-forward approach. Even Aldi carved out a niche with its chaotic but charming special buys. Meanwhile, Big W didn't really change. Its stores felt the same. The branding stayed the same. The product mix was still broad but increasingly unfocused. You'd find random clearance bins next to premium-priced electronics. The homewares lacked personality, the clothes were bland, and the digital experience was weak. In a time when customers expected seamless online-to-store integration, Big W offered less. But while Big W stagnated, their competitors were improving different aspects of their product. The Woolworths Group, for instance, were busy building something else. Something bigger. Groceries and liquor became the center of gravity, and the investment was massive. Woolworths supermarkets became data-driven ecosystems, with Woolworths pouring capital into tech infrastructure, AI-driven inventory systems, personalized marketing, and faster online delivery. The stores themselves became cleaner, brighter, faster, and more tightly run. At the same time, BWS and Dan Murphy's became category killers. They offered unmatched variety, aggressive pricing, and increasingly slick online integration. They had same-day delivery, bundled offers, and deep integration with customer loyalty systems that created a pattern of repeat purchases. So where did that leave Big W? Big W didn't align with this new, leaner, data-first future. Big W became a side project, not something worth serious investment. They brought in new leadership, closed unprofitable stores, and trimmed costs. But none of those moves were about growth. They were about keeping the brand alive without really committing to it. And customers have felt that shift, most of them without realizing it. Walk into a Big W today and you'll probably notice how quiet it feels. There's fewer staff on the floor, more self-checkouts, and longer waits when you need help. Entire product categories feel like they've been slimmed down to the bare minimum. The in-store experience feels like a ghost of what it used to be. It's not unpleasant, but it's not inviting either. It's utilitarian, like a showroom that's been running on autopilot for too long. This is what happens when a company cuts too deep and when cost control overrides customer experience. It's not even about the atmosphere anymore, it's about what's missing. Big W doesn't feel like it has a pulse anymore. It's functional retail. It gets the job done, but it doesn't make anyone excited to shop. Even the pricing, which Big W once built its brand around, has started to feel misleading. The company continues to market itself around affordability, but In reality, those low prices aren't always low. Big W relies heavily on anchor pricing tactics. That means displaying an inflated price with a discount, creating the illusion of a major deal. But in many cases, the original price was never really market competitive. That $59 iron that's, quote, now only $28 is not actually saving you money because that iron was never $59 to begin with. The result is a store that talks like a discount leader but walks like a confused generalist. It's what you get when a business leans too hard into cost cutting and pricing theater. And here's the brutal truth. Big W doesn't own its category anymore. Kmart has taken the crown on homewares and basics. Amazon dominates online convenience. Aldi delivers surprising value, and JB Hi-Fi owns consumer electronics. Big W used to be the affordable middle ground. Now, it's being squeezed from all sides. This is where the framing becomes clear. Big W's promise of low prices every day still exists, but the customer experience has shifted so far downhill that the new, unspoken reality is low prices, lower expectations. That's what customers are internalizing. The store isn't horrible, but it doesn't deliver on value the way it once did. So the question is, if Woolworths Group has clearly deprioritized Big W, why not just sell it off or shut it down? It's because it still has uses. Many Big W stores are co-located with Woolworths' supermarkets. That co-location helps sustain foot traffic, strengthens shopping center partnerships, and keeps Woolworths competitive in certain regions. There's also the logistical benefit. Big W shares warehousing and distribution infrastructure with other parts of the group, which lowers per unit costs and justifies scale. Lastly, it still makes modest profits, thanks mostly to ruthless cost trimming and store closures. It's a zombie business. It's not growing, but it's not dying either. However, the writing's on the wall. Big W isn't part of Woolworths' big picture. Woolworths' focus for growth lies in their supermarket, liquor, and digital delivery aspects of their business. That's where the investment is going and where the innovation is happening. Woolworths is evolving into a tech-enabled omni-channel retail machine, and Big W doesn't fit that model. It's a relic from a previous chapter that hasn't been updated. So next time you walk into Big W and get that odd feeling like the store is running at 60%, you're not imagining it. You're seeing the result of corporate strategy. The store you're in is still alive, but it's clearly been left behind already. But what do you think? Do you still shop at Big W? Was Big W underrated, or has it become irrelevant? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. We'd love to hear them. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a future breakdown. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay curious.